I know where everything in this bag is. I can close my eyes or take stuff out, put it in the dark, because everything has its place and everything is always in the same place.
Now, I've noticed during our shoots today that many of your cables have a piece of tape on them.
This is not duct tape, it's gaffer's tape. You don't want to use duct tape because duct tape leaves a terrible residue on stuff. You can never get it off. So you get gaffer's tape, and I'll put this stuff either in a black piece of tape or a piece of tape like this with my name on it or a BG on it, my initials, and I know it's mine, because you get into a group of journalists and all of a sudden there are 15 cables laying around, nobody knows whose is theirs. I know which is mine because they're all identified.
I think works a little easier. I've tried to put my name in a little tiny type and put with regular tape around this, and it all peels off and doesn't stick. So this looks like this isn't going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. Right. I've got here a separate container with additional wires. One of those additional wires, these little bags are kind of neat. You can see through them. They're translucent. You can see what's inside of them.
Is this waterproof or?
No, it's water resistant.
Water resistant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a card reader here. Reads a zillion kind of cards.
It looks like
I have a cable.
Looks like it has all different kinds of. You can put any kind of card or connector.
Yep. Just about.
Okay.
Yep.
And it has its own cable.
Right.
And
this goes together. It's attached.
Okay.
I know where this thing is. I know where to find it. It's always in here. It's sealed. Okay?
Got it.
So I've got that. I always carry this with me. This is an extraordinary tool. This is a real chamois. It's not cloth. It's an animal skin. Okay. And it's tremendously absorbent. I can use this to wipe the dust off my camera, to wipe the moisture off my camera. Okay. I can use it to protect my camera. I can put it over here like this. I can go out and shoot in a moderate rain and shoot for a while until this thing becomes soaked.
Right.
Then I can take it off. I can put this camera down, lean over it to protect it, wring this thing out, and it comes out perfectly dry. I could put it back on top of this camera.
And you can get something like this.
Shooting.
Where would you buy this?
Go to a car store. One of these places where they sell, accessories for cars, parts and so forth. They'll have it. 10, 15 bucks. It's a tremendous tool. Wow. And any other small things, of course, you're going to need some pens. I have permanent pens. I have regular pens that I have here. Okay. I've got a reporter's notebook here.
Yeah.
I've got my wallet, checkbook, everything, IDs that I need. And that's it for this. I've got a pair of sunglasses in here. Sometimes you'll need those. Yeah. Okay. Go to a sunny place here in this country. I have some wet wipes that are good to clean off your face, clean off your hands. Sometimes there are facilities that are limited. Not to be too graphic, but sometimes these can be used as you can imagine
everything,
multi-purpose anything. Right. Yeah.
Right.
And these plastic bags,
some kind of a Ziploc.
These Ziplocs are extraordinary. You can put wires in them, you can put cables in them, you can put external hard drives in them. They keep dust out, they keep moisture out. You can get the gallon size, the bigger size ones. Right. And I put just about everything in these when I travel, particularly to difficult assignments. Yeah. The last thing that I've got here is this. This is a wonderful little tool. I keep batteries that are bound together in sets of 4.
This is usually my batteries are always in the case, the plastic case. I'm trying to pull them out.
Get rid of the plastic case.
You've got them wrapped up.
I know that these are brand new. I know that I've got a little tag on here. I just pull this thing off and I get at the batteries real fast. Okay. I know that these are unused because they're in this. I use this gaffer's tape to wrap them together. I've got 2. This takes 2. The receiver of my wireless mic takes 2. Okay. The transmitter, like this one that I have on me, takes 2. So every morning I get up, I put new batteries into these 2 devices, and I'm set pretty much for the day. I always want to have these. They're cards that I can hand out to people so they know who I am. I want to leave calling cards. Here's my backpack journalist card. Here's my American University card. Yep. I always have a supply of these. Okay. This little brush, take the dust out of my lenses and so forth. Yep. Open this thing up. Clean it out.
Yeah, you go to some pretty dusty places sometimes, so that's probably a pretty valuable tool.
I normally have more gaffer's tape wrapped around here. Sometimes I don't want to take this whole thing. It's just too big. Right. I just go out with this in the camera. So I've got gaffer's tape wrapped around here just in case.
This might work just for whatever you might need to do.
Yep. I've got a roll of this stuff, or some pads of this, which is moleskin. Okay. And I've cut these pieces of moleskin, which are used to put
moleskin is something you can get at any hiking store or
go to a drugstore.
Drugstore. Okay.
Yeah. I peel the back off of it here, and I use it to paste wireless mics. Like here, I'll put your wireless mic on the inside of your shirt. Paste this to the inside of your shirt. It's porous, we can hear through it, and it protects this thing from rustling around and making noise.
Gotcha.
It's an
And no one
extraordinary
sees it.
way.
It looks like you're just somebody's talking. You don't see the microphone.
Totally natural.
Wow.
Totally
so
natural.
you need a piece about this big. This looks like about 1.25
Yeah.
in size, or 1.5 in size, and it'll just stick
Inside.
everything, and away you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Terrific.
I carry around a couple of these extra clips.
Which would be the clip
for the
this
wireless
little
mic.
clip right here?
Yep, they break it off an awful lot, and this serves as a clip as well, so I can.
Okay.
I have an alternative here. What else do I have in here? This is really important. A set of headphones, and I use these small headphones. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I use these small ones that just go. I hook to.
And they fit a nice little case so they stay clean. You
Yeah.
don't have to. They're not going to get
They don't get jumbled
tangled
up.
up in your other wires or other things, or get broken.
Yep. And I put these guys, hook them up to the camera. I put them in my ear,
Right.
and I use these all the time when I'm shooting, because sometimes you can see what's happening with your sound on this little screen here, but you can't see the crackles or a bad connection. So I want to be able to hear exactly what I'm taping.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
With these, I can hear the peripheral sound, just like I can see. I have peripheral vision. I have peripheral audio as well. I'm not blocking out as I would be with these big cover the ear type of headphones.
So
I always use these.
Incredibly, one of the smallest pieces of equipment that you carry, but one of the most essential.
You've got to be listening to everything you record.
Okay.
If not, you don't know what you're recording. I carry this. Of course, I don't carry this on my person when I get into a plane.
Right, it's good.
But this is an extraordinarily useful piece of equipment. You know these big knives, these big knives that come out, have these enormous blades and so forth, with serrated edges, and
Right.
they're like this long, and
Right.
they're useless. This thing is an incredibly useful tool. It's the Explorer version of the Swiss Army knife.
Okay.
It's got a Phillips head screwdriver. It's got a flathead screwdriver. It's got blades. It's got a tiny screwdriver, so you can adjust pieces
Fix
of your
something
camera.
in,
You can
yeah.
fix something. It's good
And you
for
put-
cutting up.
And you put a string on it so that you can just throw it around your neck if you need to.
No,
or
I
loop
hook
it.
this onto my belt
Onto your
because
belt.
inevitably
Okay.
this can fall out. So I hook
Okay.
it up to my belt.
Okay.
All right, or I keep it inside the pack. Again, you don't want to try to get onto an airplane with one of
Right,
these things.
right.
Yeah, you'll be arrested. One more thing here. Oh, aside from the pens and so forth that I carry here as well.
Okay.
Can never have too many pens. I carry a set of earplugs. All right, particularly if you're going to go out and do stuff in a military situation or even an airplane situation, you want to have these things to protect your ears. You've got two of them. Once you break them, you can't get new ones.
Right.
Just
Right.
like your eyes, you want to protect your eyes. So that's pretty much it for the relatively simple day-to-day city, semi-country kind of shooting. I've got everything that I need here to go out, do my job, store my media, and go on to the next day. I've got the cables inside of here. I've got power supply for the computer. I can hook everything up together. I can store the stuff in the external hard drive. I can get up the next morning in the hotel and go to work.
you're ready to go.
If they lost my clothes in the plane, it's okay. I can still work. I can go anywhere and buy some new clothes.
And you'd have the other thing you'd probably have is the charger that goes with the computer.
Absolutely.
So you can
With the stuff that's on this table, I can produce a high quality, high definition documentary suitable for broadcast anywhere in the world.
Wow.
With what's on this table.
So just
That's it.
This is the ultimate sort of backpack video journalism kit. It all fits into here.
That's it.
And away you go.
Nothing fancy.
Cool.
This was impossible 10 or 15 years ago.
Right.